Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the slightly above average ship review. Right away, I'll say if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to hit that like button or subscribe. Last year, my Light in the Dark and Saving Transylvania videos were some of the most watched videos on my channel. Compared to community contributor like T-Bull, Metajerks, Arcoon, whoever you watch, obviously it was just a drop in the bucket to them. But to me, these videos did very well. So I'm going to go over it again here with you today. All right, first ship, the Jewel. It is a destroyer. I think it's based off a U.S. ship. Steam engine boost gives you a heal and an engine boost combined. That anti-guidance system allegedly prevents the enemy ships from shooting at you. And then you got a torpedo reload booster. While that engine boost is active and you are inside the filth, you're going to get a heal. Looking at the ship, 4 127s, 2x5 torpedo launchers. I mean, maybe this is the Loyang, you know. It's either the Loyang or US ship. We'll say it's the Loyang. Just why not? I think this appearance is just ugly as heck. And I wouldn't want anything to do with it, but whatever. All right, moving on to the cruiser, the Hyper Viper. Again, your upgrade reduces your hit points slightly. I think it's worth it for all these upgrades. Your mileage may vary. You got inversion charge. Basically, the damage you do when the inversion charge is active, you get back as hit points. It says here you can rank the consumable up to get more hit points back. That's new. I don't remember them having that last year. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to play several matches to get this thing to max level. So expect to perform poorly at first. I know there are already Reddit posts. Some guys said he did it in 3 matches. Is that possible? Sure. Do expect that to happen to you? No. Radar, that's kind of self-explanatory. So that is the Hyper Viper. Taking a look at the artillery, you got 4x2 203s. So that says to me U.S. ship maybe. But this stuff says German ship. So I think this is a German cruiser. I don't know German cruisers well enough to opine if that is whatever the Tier 7 German cruiser is. I can't remember the name because I never play it. All right, here's your commander. The names are so stupid. Base trait, double trouble. You got punch through, igniter, beyond range. I would use beyond range. That's just me. I really like ingenious in row 2. Hammering strike. I'm not sure about this reducing the shell grouping. I'm not a big fan of that at all. But the increase in shell damage is appealing. Fixated, of course. Accuracy, shell grouping, and dispersion. Standard fall, also appealing on this because you're going to be taking damage. In row 3, Light Fortress, I think might be a good idea. Not sure Steer Clear is going to do a lot for you. And then Legendary Skill, that's just up to you. All right, looking at the battleship, the Charmer. Sorry about that, hit the wrong button. Again, the hull reduces the hit points of the ship. Repair zone. Repairs yourself, also repairs allies in the zone. More allies in the zone, faster the restoration. And then you can increase that. That's new again. Electric shield makes your ship immune to damage, doesn't prevent flooding or fires. So basically, if you're in a battleship, you can hit electric shield and then ram the Rasputin or ram the Great Gorgon and kill them. You will not take ramming damage. So that is a valuable tactic to employ. 3x3 406s, 127 secondaries. That says U.S. ship, but here in the overview it's going to say super heals. So is it a U.S. ship with super heals? Maybe. Is it the Lion? I don't know. Someone much smarter than me probably would know. All right. Tony Westriver. He looks like Q from Street Fighter, except he's wearing a coat with a golden eagle head on its shoulder. Don't let PETA see that. I like reaching out XXL or marksmanship in row 1. Row 2, Through Fire and Flames, Sardengian Discipline, I think is appealing because it reduces flooding damage and splash damage. So it's just kind of be up to you there, what you think in row 2. Row 3, Reckless Gunman. I'm going to recommend not using Reckless Gunman. It is a small reduction in battleship, the main battery reload. Artisan's Touch, maybe. I don't think you need Artisan's Touch. Porcupine, you don't have long-range secondaries on the ship. I think there's just 8 kilometers. So that row 3, highly dependent on you. I think I'm leaning towards Artisan's Touch, and I can't believe I'm saying that. But if you get higher levels, maybe Porcupine's the right answer. I like Battle Spirit in row 4. I do not like Spam. I do not like Emergency Specialists. And then, of course, I would recommend Will to Rebuild. That's just kind of a no-brainer. All right, so those are we're going to start the match in the Jewel, but that match did not end well. So you're going to see me start the match in the Jewel. Here's the commander for the Jewel. I don't like Fragile Threat. I would choose between Look at Me Now or the splash damage one. Row 3, Torpedo Launch, increase in speed and range. Torpedo Safari is just range. Torpedo Bundle, reload time, but a reduction in damage. I think it's a choice between the second two, Torpedo Safari or Torpedo Range. Flank speed, I don't like flank speed unless you're using Give Me Speed. So I would go with Perceptive and Unstoppable. That's just my quick read on these commander skills and these ships. And, of course, your mileage may vary. So those are the 3 commanders. Those are the 3 ships available here in this event. All right, easy mode. So the easy mode is different in that it requires you to kill less ships inside the filth. The normal mode, I think, is the same as last year. And then the nightmare mode, presumably, you're going to have to kill 29 or 30 ships in the filth. I haven't gotten there yet at the time I'm recording this voiceover, so who really knows? All right, again, I started with the Jewel, but I didn't complete it, so we have the loading screen for the Jewel. We're going to see the match in the battleship. But see, increase speed and restore hit point while in the filth for that second consumable for the destroyers. Cannot emphasize that enough. If you are playing the destroyer, don't use your second consumable until you are in the filth. That's what it's for. And that means you have a unique ability nobody else has, and that's why you should be the ship that goes into the filth and kills the aircraft carrier, the Shikaku, a.k.a. the Great Gorgon. Just one man's opinion. All right, if you're familiar with this event from last year, you really don't need to see all this, but essentially for new players, this is a portal. The other side of the portal was last year's event. This side of the portal is also last year's event, part 2, but we are getting it here this time. So the Transylvania, last year's first part event was called Saving Transylvania. The Transylvania is going to come through this portal, surrounded by the ships that you played in that other event. And those are AI ships. Don't bother asking them for help. Don't bother saying protect them. They're AI ships. Let them do whatever they're doing. In last year's event, the enemy ships basically left the Transylvania alone, unless all of you, your teammates, were dead. I don't think that's the same this year. I saw the enemy ships targeting the Transylvania, so it's really incumbent to kill these ships that are close to the Transylvania, like I just got that kill right there, as quickly as possible to give the Transylvania a little bit of breathing room. Again, don't count on the ships, the Igor and the Jackal and the Blade, to do anything other than be cannon fodder. All right, when we're talking about combat in this game mode, I can't stress this enough. Destroyers, torp, and battleships, primary focus. Cruisers, HE spam, the enemy destroyers, primary focus. Battleships, armor piercing into the broadside of those cruisers, primary focus. That doesn't mean don't shoot at any other ships. That just means that should be your primary focus when you're playing this game mode. If you look out there and you're in a destroyer and there aren't any battleships, and you don't have any torpedoes ready, then shoot a different kind of ship, like another destroyer. But I've seen it already this year. People are just shooting at anything instead of targeting the ship type that their ship is literally meant to take out. So play to the strengths of your ship. Don't be dumb. All right, this purple area that's increasing out, that is the filth. So inside the filth, your ship will take damage over time unless you are a destroyer in the filth with your speed boost active. Then you will get healed. So if you're in a destroyer and you need to heal, you need to go into the filth and hit your speed boost. I'm not saying go near the enemy ships. You just need to get in the little boundary of that purple stuff to heal. All right, so we did a little turn here. Beware of hitting these islands. I came very close to hitting an island here. So don't be like me. We're targeting this broadside battleship because this one cruiser I didn't notice was in front of me. So I'm being an idiot. I should have been targeting the Charles Martel. Why? Well, the Charles Martel is launching torpedoes at me right now, and I can't see them because you have reduced visibility when you're in the filth. So you won't see these ships until they're right on top of you. Okay? So cruisers, this is a great reason why to use your radar so that the teammates that you have can see the enemy ships. So here we're putting on our force field, and so those torpedoes don't really do anything because we just hit our damage con and get rid of the flood. So this is why I should have been targeting these cruisers. As you can see, no problem doing damage there. Turn so you don't hit the island KPZ, geez, and take them out because the more torpedoes. Okay, so it really just illustrates my point. If you're in a battleship, you need to be taking out the cruisers ASAP because that is what your ship is uniquely built to do in the way this game is constructed. Destroyers, you need to be torping at those broadside battleships, and cruisers, you need to be HE spamming the red destroyers. Again, doesn't mean you can't shoot at a target of opportunity, but here, the first tower, like I said last year, just immediately right off the first tower. You are going to lose the first tower no matter what. Okay? Concentrate on your objectives, which right now are killing enemy ships in the filth, saving Transylvania, which is the least of your concerns right now, and saving 2 towers. As you can see in the minimap, you got lots of time left to save 2 towers. Okay? So the first tower, there are enemy ships near it. So the filth is going that way. You go that way. You take out those enemy ships. All right, that little banner lets you know the Great Gorgon is in the game. Back in the way back the minimap, I'm going to highlight the square somewhere around here. If your destroyer was still alive, that's when the destroyer could hit the speed boost, go into the filth, hit your torp reload booster, torp again, take out the aircraft carrier and get rid of it, because that's going to help all of your teammates. And then that would leave the battleships to take out Rasputin. All right, I'm going to show you a way to take out Rasputin. That's easy mode, okay? And so if you're in a battleship and you see Rasputin, first and foremost, Rasputin this year is a Nikolai. I don't know if it was a Nikolai last year, but remember, a Nikolai is very weak to broadside salvos. So you could do tons of damage doing a broadside salvo. But here I've hit the force field, and I'm going to just ram kill Rasputin. All right, boom, unlocked. Okay, so that's that. All right, so again, it would be really nice if the cruiser would be killing the Spencer. That's not going to happen, I guess, so I'm going to have to do it myself. All right, somebody else did kill it. All right, good. So I know since the destroyer's dead, I'm also going to have to go kill the Great Gorgon. All right? So I'm just going to sail into the filth because there's nothing else I can do. I don't know where the Great Gorgon is, although I have an idea that he's ahead to my starboard bow. In fact, there he is right now. And see, I have one more force field left. So how am I going to kill the Great Gorgon, everybody? How am I going to kill the Shikaku? Easy. I'm going to aim towards him. I'm going to hit that force field, and I'm going to ram kill him. Okay? Now, at higher levels, when this is in normal mode or nightmare mode, it's easier for this ship to be killed by the destroyer because the destroyer's not damaged over time in the field, whereas we are taking damage over time right now. All right, light him up with a couple of salvos. No problem doing damage there. But I'm turning to engage him. And I'm going to hit the energy field here in a minute. And I'm going to ram kill him. And then, because I'm an absolute moron, I missed. Alright, well that's okay. It's okay if you miss, because it's still an aircraft carrier, and you are still a battleship, and you have 406mm guns. There goes the Shikaku. So I've killed Rasputin, I've killed the Great Gorgon. All we have to do now is ensure that the Transylvania survives, and that we can close the portal before the second tower gets destroyed. Now, in this easy mode, this was pretty easy, okay? These ships didn't really get a chance to target the Transylvania, and we only lost the first tower. Every time you lose the tower, the time for the portal to close gets longer, so you really don't want to lose a portal or a tower if you don't have to. You want the portal to close as quickly as you can. Here, just damaging any nearby ship. It doesn't matter because we don't need to damage them. Trying to give a drive-by heal to that other battleship. Gonna light up this Bismarck here. But at the end of the day, we got 40-something seconds left. So please remember these lessons. Destroyers try to stay alive by going into the filth and using your speed boost to heal yourself. Initially, you're not going to have great concealment because for some reason they make you earn all these commander points for the commanders now. Probably to draw out the game mode and keep you playing. So just remember, you're going to be easily spotted at first. So save all of your, if you love playing destroyers, save your commander rank up awards or whatever they're called for that commander of the ship you want to play the most. I made the mistake of spreading mine out. Alright, here the portal is closed. Here the Transylvania was saved. The second tower was not totally in danger of being attacked. So we end up finishing the match. And these ships are still out here, so remember, you still can get killed. So if there's one ship left, you can still die. And I don't know how that affects the game. But operation complete. We did all that stuff. And then you got a 30-minute reload on the ship type. So here's where I'm going to waste some of these commander things. Because I'm a moron. Tony, West River, we're going to go in here and what are these things called? Soul Stones. All right, so I mean, I should have saved them for this chick and ranked her up more, but I'm done. All right, and it takes 150 Soul Stones to unlock the legendary skills. So my advice is, first match you get over 150 Soul Stones in, if that's the commander you want, activate that legendary skill. All right, that's just my opinion on the light and the dark. Open this crate here. We're not going to get anything. Opened 20 crates. I didn't get anything. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the primer on the light and the dark, folks. I really wish you luck. I'll try to link it, and see you on the next video.